All right, so we're going to use our pillow to start, and we're going to come into a reclined twist. And I'm going to give you a couple of different options for the twist. So option one is a little bit more. Option two will be a little bit less. So you'll take whatever your pillow is, and then you're going to take your left leg up and cross over to it and come into a twist. And you want your shoulders to be on the mat as much as you can get them. If that's just too much, you're going to take your legs between your pillow and drop it off to the side. So that's a little bit more supportive. And then you'll just reach your arms out however you'd like. Turn your gaze either up towards the ceiling or over the left shoulder. And this is where we're going to start today. So we're going to come into this position and just start to breathe. Take a cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Again, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time. Start to let everything go. Focus on your breath, where the breath goes, how the body feels as you exhale. And for the next hour, we're just going to try our best to bring our attention inward. Trying not to think of what we need to do after class, what we need to do today. Just going to be as mindful as possible. As you bring your attention to your breath, you can use the mantra, I am breathing in, I am breathing out. Just a simple reminder to stay connected. And as you exhale, notice where you can soften. Where is that unnecessary tension hiding in your body this morning? The gaze is soft. If the eyes are closed, turn your focus to the space between the eyebrows, as though you're looking up into that space. We'll take a few more breaths here. Welcoming yourself to your practice this morning. Giving yourself this time and space. When you're ready, you're going to slowly take your twist to the other side. And you could take either version of the twist, and it can be different than the one you did on this side because the body is going to feel a little different. Want to try to get those shoulders as heavy on the mat as you can. And then just reach the arms out. Maybe the gaze is over the right shoulder. Take a cleansing breath to welcome your body into this shape. Notice how it feels here. And just breathe. It's hard for us to just be still and focused. Meditation is hard, and Yin is just a type of meditation in a lot of ways. When we meditate, we typically put our focus on something, whether it's a guided meditation or breath work or music or mantra or counting the breath. Whatever it is, we're focusing on something to kind of distract our mind and our thoughts. The poses are our distraction, so we want to stay in it. Focus on the pose, how it feels, where you can soften into it. Focus on your breath, how you're breathing. And no matter what, things come up, we just bring our attention back. Good morning, Lauren. Softening in, where can you let go? Taking just a few more breaths here in this twist. We're going to push whatever prop you have off to the side. Come onto your back and hug the knees into the chest. Just give it a nice squeeze, rock around. Maybe even turn the head side to side, whatever feels good. We're going to place the soles of the feet to the floor. Feet are close to your body, hip distance apart, arms down by your side, palms down. Shimmy those shoulders underneath and find that length through the neck, all the way up the crown of the head. Squeeze the glutes, press into the floor. Inhale, lift the hips, lift the arms. Exhale, really slowly come on down. Articulating the spine up. And back down. So I want you to see if you can feel the connection of the spine as you lower and as you lift. And a lot of times you'll notice the spots where it's a little harder or more challenging for you to get that movement in. So we're just trying to find mobility all the way through the spine. We'll do this a couple more times. Take one more round. And after your last round, go ahead and hug the knees in one more time, tight squeeze. And just roll off to your side, press yourself up. We're going to find our way into child's pose. Knees together or apart. Knees together is going to give you a little bit more of a internal massage that will help with digestion. Reach the arms forward. And then we're going to walk the hands over to the left. Just reaching as far as you can. Maybe the right hand comes on top of the left. You're sinking into the hips, stretch through the right side body. Reaching to make space. Couple more breaths here. Where can you soften? How is that right side of the body feeling this morning? I did cardio this morning and didn't stretch. I'm definitely feeling it now. It's important that we nourish our body. We're going to walk the hands over to the right. And just reaching as far as you can. Maybe the left hand comes on top of the right. Sinking into the hips. Hips moves towards the back of the mat. Walk the hands back to center. Take a couple deep breaths here. Floating up into tabletop. Take some free movement. Maybe you want to take some cat-cow tilts, hip circles, figure eights, whatever it is for you. So remembering when we are doing these poses, when we're checking in with our body, no judgment. We're just noticing what is. No attachment, no judgment. We're going to walk the hands to the left side of the mat, step the right foot forward, so dragon. The ankle and knee right on top of each other. So with this pose, there's lots of options. You can just hang out here, maybe come onto fists, maybe come onto forearms. You can press the thigh away, so press the thigh away, lift the heart. If that's too much and you want to give your wrists a break, you can come up and press the thigh away. So finding the version that works for you. The back toes can point, or if you need more support for that knee, they can curl under. That can give you a little bit more support. Cleansing breath, welcome your body into this pose. While you're here, you're welcome to move. You're welcome to just be still. Sometimes it feels nice to add in a little sway into the hips. And the longest we're going to hold any pose today is about 3 minutes. But if you need to come out sooner, honor that. And you can always change it up. If your hands are on the floor and maybe your wrists need a break, you can press up, hands on the thighs. You can lower to the forearms. And child's pose is always an option. Almost there, a couple more breaths. So remember, when we come out of our yin poses, it's normal to feel stiff. So as we start to move, fresh blood flow goes into all of the tissue and the fascia. So you want to move slowly. There's no rush as we transition in and out of the poses. So when you're ready, you're going to step the right foot back. Maybe you want to move, maybe you just want to sit back on your heels. And you'll find that some poses, when you come out, you feel a little stiffer than others. And then whenever you're ready, you're going to take your version of dragon to the other side. So the hands are to the right, left foot steps forward. And just to remind you, you can hang out here, you can walk your hands away, you can come to your forearms, you can press the thigh away and lift the heart. Or you can come up all together. Tuck the toes if you need more support for that knee. Finding your pose. Staying connected to your breath. The breath is still deep and slow and steady. The space between the eyebrows is soft, so is the jaw. We're almost there. Just a few more breaths here. And then we're going to slowly step it back. Any movement, any position that you would like to take. And then eventually coming back into tabletop. We're going to take a downward facing dog, spread the fingers, curl the toes, lift the hips, and just pedal out the feet, really slowly lengthening the spine up towards the sky. The heart opens, ears are between the upper arms, back of the neck is long. We're just going to keep pedaling out the feet. So we're just creating a little warmth, doing a little more work. Very subtle. Spread the fingers, push the top of the mat away. So the shoulders keep sliding down the back, they're away from the ears. Keep pedaling out the feet. And then pause. Press the heels towards the floor. Lift the tailbone towards the sky. Slowly release the knees. We're going to come into pigeon. Alternate for pigeon is figure 4 on your back. We're going to take the left knee all the way out to the left edge of the mat to the left wrist. You can walk the shin in as much as you feel comfortable and then walk the back foot back. Gotta love Mondays. So we're going to lift the heart. You can stay lifted, you can lower down. If you're on your back for figure 4, just cross the ankle, maybe interlace the hands behind the thigh or the shin, flexing the toes of the foot that is lifted. So it's going to protect the knee. No pain here. We don't want to feel anything in the knee. Nothing too intense. When we come into these poses, we come into them less than we normally would, so not as deep. Maybe 60, 70%. In this position, can you let yourself be supported by the earth beneath you? Can you surrender into the pose? Letting go of the shoulders, letting go of the head, relaxing the face. Just letting the hips sink towards the mat. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. Sometimes we just need a reminder. Softening. A few more breaths. If you are in figure 4, you can unwind the legs, maybe hug them in or rock side to side. If you're in swan, we're going to walk the hands back and very slowly walk the back foot a little closer and then slide the left foot back. Any position that you want. What feels good? Maybe you want to take a down dog. Circle out the leg. Three-legged dog. And then eventually we'll take it to the other side. So either figure 4 on the opposite leg, or right knee moves all the way out to the edge of the mat. We're always moving from the hip joint, even when we adjust that shin. So a lot of people want to just grab that leg and kind of pull it forward so it's parallel to the mat. We want to move from the hip joint and not from the knee joint. We're going to walk that foot back, let the hips square forward. You can point the toes or curl them under, and then take it down nice and slow. Maybe you want to just stay lifted for a few minutes or a few breaths. And then slowly, maybe work your way down or not. Welcome yourself into this position and settle in. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. And just like all the other positions, it might feel good to add in movement. A little bit of rocking into the hip, maybe moving the head around to release any tension in the neck, the shoulders. Softening into your last few breaths here. Where can you let go? We are often holding on to physical tension that is unnecessary. We're often holding on to lots of things that do not serve us. What can we let go of? What can you soften into? Coming out in your own time, very slowly. Giving yourself the opportunity to explore movement, maybe moving outside of how you normally do. And then from here, we're going to find a comfortable seat. So I encourage you to sit on whatever prop you used for your twist today. Legs out however you like. We're going to do a little bit of breath work. Find a lot of length through the spine, stack everything up, shoulders down the back. You can close your eyes or soften your gaze. We're going to come into box breathing. So you're going to think of a box. And what we're going to do, I'll walk you through it, but it's an inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, inhale for 4. And you can adjust your count up or down so it's comfortable for you, that it's the same count all the way around the box. So an inhale, a hold, an exhale, a hold. So exhale everything out. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold it out for 4. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. And just continue. No straining, adjust your count however you need. Make sure as you breathe, you're not holding any unnecessary tension. If holding the breath in or out gives you anxiety, you can simply focus on lengthening your exhale. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for 6. Stay with it, you're doing great. One more minute of this breath. Release any control of your breath and just breathe freely. Let's inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky. Drop the left hand off to the side, side stretch. Switch it up, inhale. Opposite arm reaches up and over. Come on back. We're going to change the crossing of the legs just to even everything out. Sit up nice and tall, drop the right ear over the right shoulder, and just kind of move around a little bit here. Just playing with the angle of the chin. And then eventually drop the chin towards the chest, sliding to the opposite side. Again, play it around. Let's take it back and forth a couple times. Next time the left ear comes over the left shoulder, pause. And then guide the head back to center. Roll out the shoulders. And from here, we're going to make our way onto our backs. Have your block or your pillow handy. We'll use that in a moment. So we're going to come to our back, bend the knees, sole of the feet to the floor. We're going to take half happy baby. So if you need to, the alternative is to take the knee out to the shoulder. If you have a strap, you can always use a strap as well. But just taking the knee out to the shoulder is a good option. Otherwise, you grab the big toe or the outside of the foot. And ideally, the sole of the foot is parallel to the ceiling and the knee is underneath the ankle. You want to try to relax into that shoulder as much as you can. The opposite arm is heavy on the mat. Take a nice cleansing breath. Deep belly breathing here. Belly expands as you inhale. And as you exhale, it falls towards the spine. So it's Monday. I'm just wringing everything out today to start our week fresh. Maybe you want to move keep breathing. We're going to slowly release that leg, just hug it in. As you hug it in, let the left leg go long. Flex the toes on the left foot as though you're standing. Lengthen through the crown of the head, shoulders down the back. Take a few deep belly breaths here. Let that go. Any movement that you need. And eventually we're going to switch it up. Right foot to the floor. We're just keeping it there for traction. And then either the left knee comes out towards the shoulder, or you grab the big toe or the outside of the foot. Relaxing the right arm. Staying focused. I am breathing in. I am breathing out. This feels really hard for me today. And I just want to come out of it. I'm just going to breathe into it. Breathe into that feeling of discomfort if you're experiencing that. So, not pain, just discomfort. Something that's just easier not to do than to do. We usually feel better when we do it. It's like showing up for yoga. No one ever regrets going to yoga. But it's hard sometimes to show up, especially now that we're at home. It's easy to get distracted, but you're here. Take a nice deep breath into this. And very gently come out. Hug the knee into the chest. Straighten the right leg, flex the toes. And start to move, releasing into that left leg. So the last pose we're going to do is a psoas stretch, which should feel really nice after the happy baby. So we're going to lift the hips like we do for a supported bridge. So if you have a block or your pillow or a blanket to slide underneath your hips, that's great. So you're just going to lift the hips enough to slide whatever prop you have underneath you. Even books or a rolled up yoga mat can work for this. You can roll your yoga mat in half. And we're going to lift the hips. And you can adjust the height of your prop to make it higher if you'd like. We just want to make sure that the shoulders are underneath us, that the spine is long. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep one leg bent and the other leg's going to go straight. And with this straight leg, just let it kind of hang. Let the hip melt into the prop. We're just opening the psoas muscle. So the psoas gets really tight from sitting. And I think we've all been doing our fair share of that. Technology can be a blessing and a curse. Shoulders melt down into the floor. Give that like a little shake, make sure it's heavy and relaxed. With as little as effort as possible, you're going to slide the right foot in and let the left leg go long. Let it splay out. Everything is heavy. If you notice a lot of tension in that hip crease, you can always kind of massage it out. Shake that leg out, let it relax a little bit more. Now we're going to let both legs go long. If you feel this in your low back, it could be that your prop is too high. So you can lower the prop. You can always release it altogether. Last few breaths here where we stay in control of the breath. Breathing deep, breathing slow. Full body breath. Bend the knees. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the hips. Slide out your prop. Good. Bring it down and then just drop the knees side to side. Just a little release before we come into final relaxation. Whatever you need, take any movement that might feel good to help you relax a little more as you settle into stillness. One last time. Whenever you're ready in your own time, you're going to settle into final relaxation. Make yourself comfortable. Release any control of the breath. Feel your body melt into the surface beneath you. The legs are heavy. The hips are heavy. The back is heavy. The shoulders are heavy. The arms and the hands are heavy. The neck is heavy. The head is heavy. Heavy with relaxation. Fully supported by the surface beneath you. So you can let go. Shutting off any layers of anything that doesn't serve you. On your next inhalation, take a deep breath in. Hold it at the top. big audible sigh out, let it go. Start to feel back into your body, wiggling your fingers and your toes, circling ankles and wrists, whatever feels good. Maybe stretch it out. Maybe give yourself a big hug. When you're ready, roll to your side, press yourself up, find a comfortable seat. We're going to close out our practice today with just a minute of breath of fire. So I'm going to time us. If you haven't done breath of fire before, it's in through the nose, expand into the belly, and then it's like you're forcing the air out. So the belly comes in and up. If that is very uncomfortable for you, you can just take nice deep breaths. We're going to do breath of fire along with the arms up, thumbs up, shoulders down. Modify however you need. Everything exhale and make sure you take your inhale. Halfway there. You got this. Couple more breaths. Exhale everything out. Release the arms. Slow down your breathing in and out through the nose. Next inhale, float the arms out and up. Last breath together. Exhale, hands to the heart. Bowing your chin to your chest in gratitude for your body and all of the hard work it does for you. I thank you all so much for joining me today. Namaste.